it's Diane here from Crochet with Diane with today's crochet stitch tutorial on the extended double crochet, that's in US terms, or in UK terms, the extended treble crochet. And it's a very beautiful, easy stitch. Any crochet beginners out there, I strongly encourage you to give this one a try for your first project. It works up beautifully and very quickly because it's a longer stitch, and as you can see just from this, would look absolutely beautiful in a scarf or a blanket, a sofa throw, to bags or placemats. The list goes on. You can use it in practically anything. So if you watch until the end, I've got a super top tip on what to do with those pesky ends that if you're like me, you don't like to spend the time to sew them all in. But for now, we will get on with this stitch. As you can see, it's the same on both sides. And it has a very light texture to it, more of an airy feel. It's not as tight as a simple double crochet. Okay, let's get started. So I'm using two colours in pink it's a regular double knit weight yarn, and I'm also going to be using a 4.5mm crochet hook. So to get started, start with your slip knot. Now you can make, for the extended double crochet stitch, you can make it in any amount of chains you want. It's a multiple of one. So you make it to the exact length that you want your project to be. So go ahead and make it to the length that you want your project to be. Once you've reached the length you want your project to be, add on 4 chains. Now for row 1, we're going to make our first extended double crochet into the 5th chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over, place your hook into that chain, yarn over and pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and just pull through 1 loop. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, put your hook into the next stitch. Yarn over and pull up a loop. 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 1 stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Then yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So you can see this extended double crochet is slightly longer than a double crochet, but has more substance than maybe a treble crochet. That's US terms, treble. Yarn over, hook in, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through one loop, yarn over, pull through two loops, yarn over, pull through two loops, yarn over, hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through one loop, yarn over, pull through two loops, yarn over, pull through two loops. Very simple. And you simply carry on making your extended double crochet stitches all the way along your foundation chain. So this is what your work should look like at the end of row 1. Let's continue on to row 2. So chain up 3, turn your work. This chain does act as a stitch, and so we're going to yarn over, and we're not going to work into this first one because this acts as a stitch. We're going to work into this stitch here. So yarn over and push your hook in, and yarn over and pull up a loop. I'll just do that again. Yarn over, put your hook through, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through one loop, yarn over, pull through two loops, yarn over, pull through two, and continue on just like you did row 1. Push your hook through the next stitch here, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through one loop, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two, and keep going along row 2 exactly the same, putting in your extended double crochet stitches all the way along. So here we are coming up to the end of row 2. So we put our stitch in there. And then we've come to this is that chain 4 that we did at the end of our foundation chain. So put your last stitch into the top chain of this chain stitch here. And there you have your extended double crochet stitch. I will show you quickly if you wanted to change colours. What you need to do is to start to make your stitch, your last stitch, just like this, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, and then stop there and bring in your second colour or your next colour and just hook it over your hook and pull that through to finish the stitch with your next colour. Then grab your scissors and snip off the right colour, snip off your first colour, and then just grab these two ends, just like this, the two straggly ends there, and tie them just in a little overhand knot just to secure them. And there you have successfully changed colour. So to continue, chain 3, and again this acts as a stitch. So yarn over and place your first stitch into the second one, not this one here, the second one. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and continue, yarn over, continue as you were before, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and there you continue exactly in the same way that you've done the last 2 rows, and keep going row after row after row until you have reached the length that you want your project to be. So that is the extended double crochet stitch. So I've done a few more rows so you can see the finished effect of this extended double crochet stitch. It's very beautiful and it does work up very quickly because it's a longer stitch. So if you're looking for an alternative to a double crochet, this is maybe one to go for. Now, I mentioned a little top tip of what to do with these ends. If you're like me and you're not a fan of spending all that time sewing in all these ends. Now, if you can imagine, you've made this into a beautiful blanket, and this is the bottom of your blanket, or a boho bag, and this is at the bottom of the bag, or even a placemat, and you want that sort of frayed edges that you can comb these through. You can actually just, if you do an even amount of rows in between changing colours, you're always going to have your ends on the one side. So instead of having to spend all that time then sewing in your ends, just use these to add in more fringe. So that is one option that you can do if you would like and you don't want to sew in the ends. But obviously, if sewing in the ends is required in your pattern, you quickly take a darning needle, simply thread that on, and you just weave your ends through the stitches 1 or 2 times. Just like that. Snip off the end. And slowly go through each one doing the same, and those ends disappear. So I hope this video was helpful to you. Please give a thumbs up and any comments, and I will see you again next time.